Hi everyone, welcome to Lifegroup. So last week we introduced the fact that over these 3 weeks, so we're in the middle week now, we're looking at the one another's in the New Testament. There are lots of those commands for Christians of like how we should relate to one another. Last week we saw the big overarching theme was loving one another and thought a bit about that. And tonight we're going to think about kind of what's going on in our minds as we love one another. Let me just read some verses. These are the words of Jesus, first of all. So this is John 13, verse 12. When Jesus had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. Do you understand what I've done for you? He asked them. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that's what I am. Now that I am your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor a messenger greater than the one who sent him. What is going on in this bit of John's Gospel is Jesus has shown his disciples that they need him to serve them. Jesus has come to serve them. He comes and stoops low and washes their feet. And at first they don't want that, but then they realise actually they need Jesus to do that for them. And then he says to his disciples, well, actually, you're not any better than me, and I'm serving you. So what should you be doing? Well, you should be willing to be serving one another. And this kind of washing one another's feet was a dirty job, being willing to get their hands dirty and get stuck in and serve each other. It's an aspect of loving each other. So that was a one another there, wasn't it? You should wash one another's feet. Here's a few other one another's here in Galatians 5. Do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh, rather serve one another humbly in love. Paul carries on. Do not become conceited, provoking and envying each other. We are to be a community that is different from the world around us. You've already just chatted about that, haven't you? How society is so divided over lots of different issues, and maybe you've seen why that is. It's often because we think too highly of ourselves. We put ourselves in the position of being king and look down over other people. Jesus says how we are to relate within the church is that we are to serve one another humbly. We're going to spend the rest of this evening looking at Jesus' humility in serving us, and then thinking through what does that mean for the way that we should relate to one another, relate to people maybe who we find difficult, relate to people in terms of how we use our money, our time, how we pray. We're going to think through what does it mean to be humble. Last week we saw that the title over that was love one another. This week, be humble with each other, show humility, serve one another in humility. I hope you have a great night. I hope it is really helpful to you. Do be willing to ask questions. Do be willing to kind of process this. And do leave Lifegroup and think, what does this mean for me? How could this impact my life over the next few weeks? Have fun. Bye-bye.